Yo, what's good? What's happening? We back, brand new episode of Threes from the Rain. It's your boy Chris J. Got the boy Tyler here.
Yo, what's good? What's good?
Cool. Fortunately, we won't have Daytrail on this episode, scheduling things with personal things and all of that, but Daytrail will be back. He gets a week off in terms of podding it again. Because, hey, but it's understood. If he wanted to be here, he will be here, but it's all love at the end of the day. But before we get into this episode, because we got plenty to talk about on wrestling and basketball side, first, please, watching us on YouTube right now, hit that subscribe button. If you have yet to do so, why not do it now? And on top of it, enjoy the rest of the show. But we appreciate you guys either way. Continue, because the goal is to get to 1K followers. So if you rock with us, help us get to that 1K. Once we get to that 1K, we're going to get to that 1,500. Once we get to that 1,500, we're going to get to that 2K. And then after that, I just want you guys to spam us to the point where we get 1 million subs. And hey, we all rich. But anywho, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to this video as well. Especially, we need you guys' engagement. Engagement helps us prosper even more. That means you guys are checking out what we're talking about and enjoying it as well. But we need you guys engaged in the conversation. So do that. Plus, check out our TikTok page, YTM Clips on TikTok. And we on Twitter as well, 3S from the Ring, 3s from the Ring. So check us out on there as well. But we're going to go ahead and talk hoops first, man. Big ball teams. NBA is in its final, I want to say, 25 game run.
Final
a lot of these things from 2025. So we're in the final rush in terms of playoff seeding. And if you are to look at the seeding right now, the West is a war zone. Unless your name is OKC and the Spurs. Other than that,
expected.
You said what?
I said as expected.
Yeah, 3 through 8 is a
Around
war
this
zone.
time, it's crunch time for the West.
Definitely. 3 through 8 is a war zone. If you're in the East, pretty much, if your name is Boston, Pistons, Detroit, and New York, you're comfortable. It's just a matter of, hey, we're going to get that number 2 seed between the Celtics and the Knicks. But, hey, man, great time. Plus, for those who love college basketball and this is the time to really get into college hoops, March Madness tournament starts this week. So, with that said, get y'all brackets together, get y'all parlays together. Somebody might make a meal. Somebody's going to lose their crib. Either way, it's not going to be me. But enjoy it, man. This is a good time to really see who, like some of the college stars coming out. We have Duke looking really good. Carlos Boozer, his sons are really good, especially what's the good one? Because it's one that's better than the other, superiorly.
Their first name
is Cameron. I think Cam Boozer. That boy is raw. Kansas is looking really good, and the Darren Peterson situation in terms of, hey, why don't bro play these games like that? Who knows? But hey, and unfortunately, hey, as a Duke fan that I am, the downfall of North Carolina is beautiful. Make sure you guys pick them to lose in the first round, G. Because hey, what's my man name? Caleb Wilson. He out here. So God bless them. But anywho, let's go ahead. We're going to talk about the biggest thing in hoops right now, and that is Bam Adebayo made history last week. The man dropped 83 points, G. 83 points.
Crazy.
Had one of the greatest nights of his career and arguably one of the best scoring performances ever based on statistics. Now, if you want to sit and say aesthetically wasn't the best looking, that's up to you.
Blame the other team.
And we said we're going to go into detail on who to blame. But we're going to take the beginning of this to respect the fact that Bam made history.
83 is 83.
Yeah, 83 points is 83 points. But Tyler, I'll let you give your thoughts on Bam's historic night.
I wasn't even watching the game at first. I think I might have just been getting home And I had looked up, I got a notification that said I think Bam had like 30 in like the first quarter and a half, maybe, or something like that.
First quarter, he dropped like 30.
So I'm like, he's working tonight. But then I was paying attention to it on and off. I'm like, oh, he's really going at them. And before you know it, he's up to about 62. And that's when we in the chat like, you might as well go for the extra 20 because they ain't stopping him from getting 62 in damn near 2 quarters. They know what's stopping him from getting another 20.
Exactly.
He went for it. They tried to foul him, and it I mean, call it what you want, 43 free throws or whatever it's called, but to even attempt that many in a game and make as many as he had, I gotta look up the actual percentage of what he made, but to still have the poise to make all of those, because I'm sure he was tired to some degree, because they were fouling, they were like legit fouling him like hard on some of those plays. You can't take that away from him, bro. 83, your favorite scorers ain't touched 70 yet.
Mm-hmm. At all.
A couple of them, but some of our faves have not touched 70, and that some of those are Hall of Famers.
Barely 60.
Exactly. And 83 is 83, man. You cannot take that away from anybody. I don't care if you don't like their game. I don't care if you don't like the team they play for, the city they in. They put it up. And people were like, oh, well, it was against a weaker team or anything. I'm like, that's the best time to do it. That's usually when it happens.
Yep.
So
like literally the
shout
best.
Shout out to Bam. That was he etched his name in like literally league basketball history. You can't name anybody else but 2 other guys who have scored 80 in this game.
Mm-hmm. And the challenge that is to drop 80 points. That's the thing. It's not just once again, whatever you may believe of Wilt Chamberlain, it's still on record. It's still on record. And I'm going to say this. When people say they doubt Wilt Chamberlain did it, if they didn't have proof that he did it, why would they use Wilt Chamberlain when they could have used Jerry West?
Exactly.
Let's be honest. That's one thing I would say when people say, Wilt didn't do it. You could have made Jerry West's legend all the more by just saying, Jerry scored 100 points. You could have. Especially during that time, during civil rights, white power, white people need something to land on. Come on, man. But either who, 83.
I couldn't believe it just based off the fact that the rules were so much less back then. You literally could sit in the paint with no penalty back then. And he was taller than literally everybody.
They were making a lot of the rules changes over time was because of Wilt. They were you can't dunk. You can't be in the paint. You can't do this because of Wilt. So
it's believable, bro.
Yeah, it's believable because the only man who was stopping Wilt Chamberlain back then was Bill freaking Russell. So come on, man. But just my thoughts on it. It's a spectacular feat no matter how it's obtained. And I respect the fact that one, it's something that's being witnessed. It's being talked about, cool. But we got to remember in this current age of social media, everybody's opinion is going to be heard. And those be the moments where it diminishes the impact of things. Because let's just imagine when Kobe did it and how divisive Kobe is in terms of some people's eyes. Like you got some people who believe he's the absolutely second greatest player ever, and that should never be the case. And you got people who say and argue that Kobe ain't worth a damn. I'm one of those that is away from the worth a damn part. I just really believe Kobe is Kobe, but people overrate the man. It's an all-time great. Just, hey, look, man. This kind of makes Steph's legacy a little bit better. But anywho, but point is, scoring 70 points is a challenge. No, I'll put it. Scoring 50 is a challenge, unless you look Doncic.
And winning the game too. Like it wasn't like they were getting blown out. They still willed them to a good win.
Yeah, but just focusing on just the challenge of it individually. You got to be locked in the whole game. So we've seen people drop 30 in a quarter and be like, all right, rest of the game, they dropping 10. You know, dropping 10 the rest of the game. All right, shout out to that 40 ball. Then we've seen people drop 50 and it's a close game. We've seen people drop 60 and it's just like, all right, cool. It was an effort. 70 is a challenge. 80 is like, bro, you was locked in from start to finish. And it's just one of those things. That's why when people say, oh, they're trying to push the record on them. Yes. Kobe, literally, why not? The 81 is definition was so much of Kobe's legacy because it was literally him in his max go to hell ball.
And people criticized him for that. That's another thing that people don't realize. As much as you think you may love Kobe, they criticized him off the fact that he wanted to be as good as Michael Jordan. The audacity that he wanted to be that great. They criticized him to the point where...
So that's why, I want to say, for me, I criticize because his fans, and I feel like he's still attacked. Like, he's one of the all-time.
Well, no, I get that now, but I'm talking about, like, back then, like, in his prime. Like, they didn't want him to be that good.
Well, no, it was also during his prime.
And then, other stuff, outside stuff.
It was Colorado. It was Colorado.
Yeah, all that played a factor. But I'm saying, like, anytime, like, this isn't the first time we've seen a player get there and be criticized. I mean, hell, even if you go back and look at Devin Booker dropping 70 twice, he lost twice, and they criticized him for losing twice.
And it's justifiable.
He still dropped 70. I mean,
he dropped 70 and lost. Still hilarious.
That's an argument to be had. But that's what I'm saying, though. Like, they're gonna criticize it regardless.
Yeah. But it's just one of those things that you respect the challenge of it. I ain't mad at it, but just don't lose. Because to me at that point, it's like, what did we do this for? Yeah. Why did I keep giving you the ball? we could have done more. But either way, I applaud the fact that Bam did it. He was locked in the whole game. And on top of it, yes. Well, and I get why some people is just the name. Like one of my coworkers, I respect this one. Like I don't talk hoops with anybody. My coworker, Sydney. Shout out to my homie Sido. Hey, I asked him, what did you think of Bam dropping 83? He says, I don't have a problem with it. It's just the fact it was Bam. It just don't sound right. I'm like, I respect that.
And that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair because at the end of the day, yeah, when you think of Bam, he ain't a scorer. He's a utility. He's literally the all-around utility guy. Like he can do a little bit of everything really good. And you don't expect him to give you a lot of 20, like he'll give you 20, 25 max. You don't expect him to give you 30. You don't expect Bam to really give you buckets. He has the skill set because like when he's like in a scorer type mode, I'm like, okay, cool. He has the skill set. He can shoot. He can shoot middies. He can drive. He has a slight handle for a good handle for a big. But at the same time, that's not how the Heat want to use him. But put him on another team like god dang Atlanta, shoot, you might see more of what we saw in the 83-point game on a nightly basis. So that's why I'm like, that's what kind of makes the moment even better because it's like, oh, he can do this. And like, yeah, he did it against the Wizards, but still, the Wizards is still an NBA level team. It's still a team full of top first round picks who, yeah, they're still developing and growing, but it's like, look.
Hell, Bron got his first 60 ball against the Bobcats, I believe.
It was Charlotte. I don't know whether they were the Hornets or the Bobcats, but it was against Kemba.
They were still the Bobcats at that time. They didn't change back to Charlotte until post him leaving Miami, I believe.
But either way,
that's what I'm saying. It's always against maybe what we consider a lesser team, but again, when is the better time to do it? Like if you can do it against an all-time great team, cool. That's more power to you.
Yeah. So that's just all it is. I'm glad that it's like, and that's the end of the day. Records are meant to be broken. We can't control who does it because let's just say, for example,
more often.
Yeah, records are meant to be broken. Let's say If it was Luka, best believe it'd be a whole different narrative. And trust me, white people will be excited. No matter if you Irish, European, white American, white Mexican, you would have been excited. But let it been, or even let it have been Devin Booker finally doing it, because Devin Booker has done it twice. He's been in the vicinity twice. But at the end of the day, records are meant to be broken. And one of the nasty narratives I dislike is, and this is more coming, and to me, it comes from the type of players we're hearing it coming from. Role players, dudes who wasn't even role players, and niggas' ass. Should have stopped at 81. Why? Tell me why. I want to know.
I can understand ignorant fans saying it, guys that can't get 10 in an open gym. But as an NBA player, somebody that's actually in the league, I don't understand how you could say something like that.
Exactly. And that's the nasty part.
It's
and they
hate.
says,
at the end, it's really just hate.
It's really hate, but it's also, how do you sound? Because once again, the legacy of Kobe, people have construed it to where it's like where Kobe would have been one of, if Kobe was alive, he would be live tweeting, being like, "Hey man, go ahead and do it." He probably would have called Bam at halftime and said, "You beat my damn record, bro. Beat my damn record." So like that's how I would have imagined Kobe. And once again, this is coming from one of his biggest haters. So with that said, if I understand my enemy, why don't his fans do? Because y'all are nut riding the man post death, and that's not cool at all. So with that all said, Kobe would have been rooting for him. But it's funny, all the greats, KD, Bron, even Mike, have all reached out and said, "Hey, shout out to you, bro. We respect that, G. That's your accolade, G." Like if Bam may not win an NBA title for his career unless he leaves Miami. But best believe he can sit there and say, "Bro, I have the second most points ever in an NBA game. I have that." That is
like he actually did it.
One of my crowning achievements. Like that is my crowning achievement. Yes, I've seen the NBA Finals twice, and Jokic and AD put their nuts on my head. But hey, I dropped 83 in the regular season game and decisively won. And just to go towards the commentary of how. All I'm gonna say is this: even if I didn't watch it live, I watched it off and on, and even if you just look at the live feed on what you'll call it, the real app, you can sit and say, okay, like he's getting free throws, but he was hot. He was hot from three early on. He was clearly dominated getting his shot wherever. But then when you watch just the highlights of just him and how he's scoring on every possession outside the free throws, it's showing his skill set. Get into the rim.
And that's how you kind of know people really not watching the games for real. They're looking at and it is bad in this era, like to the point where I wish people would just stop talking, because if you're not actually going to sit there and watch the game for real, then
or be analytical, or look at it in an analytical sense.
Yeah, like everybody wants to bring up stats and percentages and stuff, but it's like you can look at you can see what he's actually doing with your eyes without looking at a scoreboard or a stat sheet.
Exactly, because okay, and this is another thing when people bring up the free throws, you still gotta make them. And
that's what I said.
Bam is probably a very and let's just look. Let me pull up Bam's career free throw percentage, just specifically his career free throw percentage, because for a center, we know most centers aren't good free throw shooters. Bam Adebayo free throw percentage career. So for Bam's career, he shoots probably 75%, which is high for a center. But we also know him not to be a foul baiter either. So once again, that goes back to our point of niggas actually fouling him. And when you watch the game of all the free throws, majority of them were legit fouls. They were fouls of, please don't let him score. Please don't. But in which, he made them. He made a majority of them. Yeah, he started missing some at the end because that's kind of the pressure of it, because it's like, dang, okay, I'm chasing history and all of that. We kind of got the game sealed, but hey, I'm chasing history at the moment. So yeah, those free throws do carry some weight because you still got to make a lot of them. Because arguably, how many did he miss again? Hold on, like let's see here. Like how many did his bam? So he made 36 out of 43 of the free throws.
That's really good.
Yeah, like that's on par with his regular field goal. Like he was 83%, so he was making them. If he made all of them, he would have had 90 if my numbers is right, because he missed 36 out of 43, so 7. He would have had 90. He would have had 90. And then let's just say he made a couple of those threes that he missed towards the end. We're talking about the man almost having 100. Like we're having a different.
And then for a center, he hit 7.
Exactly, and I didn't even know Bam really was working on his 3-point shot like that at all. I really didn't know. Like that's just one. I haven't really watched Heat games like that this year, so I really wasn't in tune with how the Heat are doing. Besides the fact that they've been injury prone all year and they've been fighting for their lives, but still, the point is, it just shows the Heat system, but also above. We was all in the chat. Me, you, and Trey was in the chat saying Spo gonna take him out, and I was like, Spo might take him out, and then I was like,
right, that'd have really been the only way he wouldn't have got there is if he would have got taken out by the coach.
Yeah, and even then, Spo was like, "No, let him have the moment," because it's like, look, the season kind of in the toaster. We need some type of highlight we can look at it.
Right. It's not hurting us.
So, but I applaud the fact that he did it. I applaud how like he can't control how, you know, like he was like he's not a foul grifter. That's not him. He was never a foul grifter. So with that all said,
if any of these kids should take anything from this outside of just working hard in general, work on your free throws. You never know when you're gonna have to take an abundance of them.
Exactly. Like yeah, we
when
know
a guard, a big man, any position. Work on your free throws.
Exactly. Y'all out shooting threes. Make y'all damn free throws, because some of these dudes are better 3-point shooters than free throw shooters, and they're guards. So that in itself says a lot. But shout out to Bam. Really dope moment. Appreciate you making history. Keep up the good work. It's still like I'm still putting the under on you to score 25 any other night. But at the same time, Bam, shout out to you. Regardless, it's on your Hall of Fame resume. You scored 83 in a basketball game, G. You did that. So shout out to you.
Salute.
And God bless the Miami Heat, G. But moving on, Jason Tatum. Last time we recorded, Jason Tatum was confirmed to be making his return. Dude made a return and hooping. Tatum is hooping. It's hilarious as hell, but the man is hooping. First game back, the man had a put back dunk, did a step back 3, and after that it was like, all right, bro, and dropped the smooth 15-16, G. And since then he's been consistently around that range, and it's just like, okay, Celtics might be, like I said, and like I'm not a Celtic fan. If Bane was to pop up in Boston and annihilate the city itself, I will be happy. I'll be celebrating. But at the same time, I respect Tatum. I respect Jaylen Brown. It's just still a case
at least 60% still makes them a good team, good enough team to make a conference finals.
Exactly.
Potentially.
So, like, that's the scary thing. Because, like we said in the last pod, if he's 70% of who he is, and his first game, you coming in confident, oh, man, it's only up from here. You know, I'm sure they still going to manage and be cautious in areas and stuff like that. But it's still like, okay, he looks cool. He looks normal, or at least close to normal. But once again, this, I will applaud Tatum. You're a bold man, but hey, I respect it. These are the things where, like, even though I'm not a fan of Tatum like that, I respect him as a game. I know he's one of the best American hoopers we have, but still, these are things I will sit there and be like, man, look, when I tell our when we have well, you already have a son, but when I have a son or even a daughter that hoops, I'll be like, hey, Tatum's one of them ones, G. Tatum's one of them ones. Tell Shiloh, hey, Tatum's one of them ones. He a head ass Kobe stan, but he one of them ones, G. So
yeah.
yeah,
I'm glad he's back healthy. That's the only thing that anybody really would be concerned about is, him coming back healthy as possible before making a definite return. And he's coming back and getting back in the swing of things. So it's great to see it, especially if you're Boston. You're happy to get that scoring punch back.
Exactly. Like literally since he's returned, these are his stat lines since returning. 15, 12, and 7 again in his first game back against the Cavs. And by the way, I think they won majority of these games, by the way. 23 and 2 against the Cavs. 24, 5 and 2 in the loss against San Antonio, but that was because Jaylen Brown got ejected. He had Achilles management. So he sat out against OKC. A couple nights ago against the Wizards, he had 20, 14, and 7. And against Phoenix right now, actively, which they're winning, 19, 6, and 4. So he's averaging close to 20 a night. He's rebounding, so that means he's playing in the paint. So he's going for boards, and he's being a distributor. So like he's playing, I would say, a Sean Marion brand of basketball for them.
Yeah,
and
that's fair to say.
And for our listeners and viewers who don't know who Sean Marion is, the Matrix, one of the most underrated players of the 2000s era. Like if Marion was around this era, he would be one of them ones. G. It's like imagine Draymond on crack with an ugly jump shot. Imagine Draymond, but like on steroids. That's Sean Marion to me though. But either way, like he's hooping. I'm happy to see him hooping. All this once again makes the Celtics very freaking dangerous. G. Very dangerous because come playoff time, he's gonna be confident. He's gonna be confident and ready to hoop. And so all I say is Detroit, lock in. New York, lock in. Lock in. Because look, man, I don't want to see the Celtics succeed, but I'm not. Look, they have to.
You can't doubt them. They're proven. So
they're proven. They have that ring. They've been to the finals twice in this decade. Look, man, be cautious, G. Be cautious. But moving on, the NBA. We got a Shams bomb this afternoon. The NBA, it's been rumored, of course, like the past few years, that the NBA has been wanting to expand. That next team probably be in Vegas, or they should bring back Seattle. Then over the past year, they've been saying we might bring 2 teams into the fold before the decade is over with. And look like we're getting closer and closer as Shams reported that the league is being prepared to present the possibility of expanding. There will be a vote, I believe, with the owners. Of course, the owners, they want to minimize. They don't want to expand more. They want to make sure that they get all the money they can, because that means that's more money for them to have to share, with another billionaire. But that's not my problem. But as of right now, it's looking like the push is heavy right now for at least one team being added. But if we're getting 2, and especially by 2028, that's when it's going to happen. That's 2 years from now, 2 seasons from now, that we might be getting 2 teams. That's a huge thing for the league. And I think it's a good thing for the cities that are looking like that's going to be the home teams, which is Seattle, which they've been craving to have a basketball team over there since the OKC. Since they were moved to OKC and rebranded as the Thunder. So I'm excited. And Vegas been rumored to get a team forever as well. And with the success of the Aces, it's like, look, it's only a matter of time for Vegas to get a NBA men's team anyway.
Yeah,
So
that's money. You're in Vegas, so that's money regardless. And then
exactly.
Seattle is a historic franchise, so those teams make the most sense. I
No,
wouldn't have necessarily been mad at a Kansas City or what was one of the other cities that they were talking about?
I've heard Kansas City. I've heard Louisville.
Louisville.
I've heard I've heard Louisville being brought up. It's really like, but it's been mainly Vegas and Seattle. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
Kansas
those
City,
two places just make the most sense,
yeah, like
like
I'm
business
get
wise and fan base wise.
exactly. Like you want to put in locations where, like, yeah, in Kansas City, yeah, they got the Chiefs, but like, come on, man, like nobody really thinks of Kansas for anything else besides Kansas Jayhawk battle. Let the college team hold it down, and same for Louisville. I'm like, come on, G.
Yeah,
But either way, like this is huge. It will, and like as we were discussing in the chat outside of here, like when the expansion draft hit, man, teams is gonna look at it as a way to get out of certain contracts, man. Because teams will have like basic, at least if they haven't changed the rules since the last time, which was when the Charlotte Bobcats joined the association. You protect 8 players, and you go, and then the rest of your whatever 8 you want to protect, they're eligible to get drafted. So just imagine a team just ready to get off a bad contract. You just sit there and be like, I regret giving this nigga some money. And you think, well, at the same time, you got, and I got this dude who I don't even got to give a max to yet, and he's on par. Oh yeah, go ahead and get out of here, man. You know, like it's gonna be little it's gonna be people gonna be like, how'd he end up in the expansion draft? You know, it's gonna be a laugh in it because it's gonna be like, oh, imagine like we talked about OKC being one of those teams because it's hilarious when you think about it. They already
will come down to who they don't want to pay.
Well, they already paid all 3 of them, but it's gonna be a matter of, okay, who are we gonna get rid of when I think Topic is legit one of them dudes.
And probably Jared McCain whenever his contract come up again.
Jared McCain. You can sit there and turn if Jared McCain is hooping the way he's hooping. Why do I need J-Dub here when I have him? We got him, we got Topic. In this current state of the NBA, you need a center. People may not realize and still in denial, but you still need a decent center to be good, to be a true contending team in this league. You need a big man. Because if you guys see Jokic, you gotta see Wemby. And that's just in the West. You need a center. East-wise, you just gotta see Cat. No matter how you feel about Cat, you still gotta see Cat. You gotta see Duran. You gotta see who else? You still gotta see Giannis. Even though I don't think at the rate this is going with them at the moment. But still, you can sit there and say the top 3 teams each have a respectable bid. Celtics, they found some dude from the G League they've been developing. He's been hooping. So shout out to bro. But even then, I think that would be their like, hey man, I don't know. But hey, like you need a solid big to win in this current NBA. You have to. But either way, like it's a good thing for the league. Like I'm happy for the city of Seattle that they may potentially get a team again. I'm happy that Vegas continues to grow as a sports town. You know, unfortunately, gambling is very much legalized the way it is. But like, look, man, in Vegas, it's something. It's more things to do. It's the entertainment capital of this country. It needs to be more things to do there. You know, so. Like, I'm glad to see that it's happening. It's more teams to root for. And no matter how people may feel about the quality of game or just how the game has evolved or devolved, depending on who you talk to, it's so much talent in this league. So, hey, spread it to 2 more teams. Let some of these dudes who could potentially be number 1 options hoop for these teams, you know? And see where it goes from there. Like it's a good thing for the league. It's a good thing. It says a lot. No matter how people may say about it. But any more thoughts before we move on?
Yeah, I think the expansion is gonna be great for great for competition in general. I think if it does end up being the Seattle and Vegas, that's two teams over there. You move two teams like a Minnesota or a Memphis or potentially New Orleans, depending on what divisions they think might need the boost. That helps the East a lot. You get stars added to the East. You get imagine Anthony Edwards in the East. I think and don't get me wrong, they've been trying to make their run in the West. It's not like they've been at the bottom of the conference every year. They were just in the conference finals. You think they can't do that same thing
like a couple
times? Like, you think they can't do the same thing or even push through in the East? Like, that's something that I would like to see personally.
I definitely agree. Like, if you're adding a really, because let's just say that's 2 years from now. Anthony Edwards, unless something insane happens where Anthony Edwards tells them go to hell, that's good if he's still there. Wanting to compete over there. And once again, I will sit and say the Timberwolves are not scared about making moves. They're not. They are one of those teams that will make moves. So with that said, I like it'd be interesting to see what happens, how they look 2 years from now if they're still one of the better teams in the league. Because at least by then, Ant is one of the stronger faces in the league. Hopefully, keyword hopefully, leading us to a gold medal. Because hey, man,
we interesting in a couple years.
Ooh, man, that conversation, man. But either way, we get into that point where things is getting better, and I'm excited, to see what this does for the league, the expansion of the talent, and all of that, But yeah, but either way, our goal before the playoffs start, just as we prelude our NBA talk, the goal is for us we're going to look at every contending team and point out why and why not they're going to win a championship. So hopefully when we get Datro on here next week, we can have that discussion. So just something to be on the lookout for, because it's something I do want us to have as the NBA regular season comes to a close, So, but time to talk wrestling, So as we are in one of the hottest moments of wrestling, WWE, especially Mania season, things is getting real, real fun, really, really fun right
Even
now.
Tonight, it just picked up even more.
Exactly. Like, I don't know what happened since we started recording, because the last thing I paid attention to was that AJ beat Bailey, and once I watched that match, I hope it might be one of the better matches that we got tonight of the year and night.
They're saying that was probably AJ Lee's best match of her whole career, so I had to go back and watch it once the show was over.
Yeah.
But to start off the show, we got Brock got his opponent.
Yep.
He made his impact. We are getting unofficially, until Adam Pearce says so, I guess. But Obafemi answered the challenge to Brock Lesnar, and he put him on his back.
Pause.
No pause. He was there.
Hey, man, look. I'm excited that we get in this match. I'm excited that Oba's getting this match for his first Mania.
He looks like a star, bro.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But I will sit here and say this, and this is for our black community, as my lights flicker, G. So literally, I don't know what's going on. But with that said, when and literally, I'm saying this because this is me, my wrestling brain here. When Brock Lesnar makes Oba look good in this loss, because he's going to lose until I see otherwise. Get ready to see. You niggas need to expect it. But Brock is going to make Oba look like $1 million in this loss. I know we're talking about the match all too early, but I'm giving our predictions too early, but it's a L until I see otherwise. Simple as that, G. It's a L until I see otherwise. But Oba, Brock, streets needed, man. Hold on, man. I haven't used the sound in a minute.
I still want that gas, yes. And you
Absolutely.
had better deliver.
Exactly. It's going to deliver, bro. I know.
So far, the matches that are confirmed for the card is giving you a reason to watch. I would definitely say that.
Definitely. So, but shout out to Obi.
Build has been kind of all over the place with certain things, but injuries been happening, and they're trying to put pieces together for certain stuff. But for the most part, we got our two main events.
Yep.
We have both of our women's matches confirmed, women's title matches confirmed.
Yeah.
And at least one male singles match, and it's a black man in a one-on-one match on a pay-per-view, a WrestleMania at that. So
hey,
we back.
Sorry about that. I had to pause for a second. Repeat what you said about the black man in the pay-per-view in a singles match. Say that again.
Yes. Again, we are getting a black man in a one-on-one non-title singles match on a pay-per-view. That happens to be a WrestleMania. And it might not be the only one, but for now, we're going to champion this one.
Exactly, man. Once again, what a King fan say?
I still want that gas, yes. And you had better deliver.
Oh, man. But we'll see, because once again, Triple H is going to beat them allegations, but the allegations are going to pop back up when each of them moves. But we will see where this goes, Like, we'll see where things go. I'm excited for how things are looking. It's shaping up once again, but either way, shout out to H in his bag right now. But and it's a few things we need to talk about, but we're going to go to the All Elite side real quick, because there's things to talk about over there. So, this past yesterday, because it's weird. They still have pay-per-views on Sundays. But AEW Revolution occurred. I think it's Tony Khan messing with my lights, G. But
hope not.
Either way. What happened? The most significant thing, it wasn't Hangman Page getting syringed with opium. It wasn't that. It wasn't MJF and Hangman having a great match. It was Ronda Rousey showing that she's all elite, G. Ronda Rousey's back, y'all. Wait. And it wasn't even and Wayne Brady wasn't choking nobody. He slapped somebody. But guess what? That's all y'all got, man. That's y'all moments. It's Ronda Rousey showing that she's all elite. And all it shows is that Tony Khan, he knows what it needs to happen. And just so you guys know in the timeline, this is 1999 WCW booking right here, my brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you guys, this is WCW 1999, G. Now, who is Ronda Rousey representing in 99 WCW? Can't really put a name on it right now, top of my head. But just know, tick-tock. Because look, the funny thing about this, and for one, Ronda, get your check. Shout out to you. Get your check. Take advantage of that dweeb altogether. All right, we back at it. But either way, Ronda's all elite. And I'm just going to give my thoughts quickly on this and let Tyler talk too about it. Does this move the needle? I don't know. Will it lead to some interesting matches? Possibly. Is she going to elevate the talent? No. But you know what we're going to get? Yeah. No. But is she going to be in a significant role in All In over in Wembley? Oh yeah, we're about to get Mercedes and Ronda. Let's believe. And if they were smart, politic to get that main event, G. Politic. Tick, politic. Please do so. It's only right. Because guess what? Nobody in that company a bigger star than washed up Ronda right now. Being honest, man. But what I'm looking forward to the most, and I'll let you give your thoughts when we move on, Tyler. The narrative change. That narrative change that's about to occur is about to be one of the funniest things that the internet gives us. Because guess what? They're gonna be like, she got WWE fumbled her. They misused Ronda. They should have used. They gonna put her with Marina Shafir, and they gonna run racket around AEW. They gonna hold all the gold. That's what they should have did. I'm like, and guess what? They did all those things with Ronda. She ain't win all the gold, but she won. I think she won every major title at the time. She was a tag champ and held both women titles at one point. So with that said, they used her how they wanted to. Was she a good talent? First year and a half, first couple of years, but she overstayed her welcome. It's an example. It's what's going to happen. What happened with Ronda is what's happening with Logan Paul. Kind of see you too much. We see you too much. It's like, whatever now. You know, the mystique is gone. You know, and that's the thing with with acts like a Ronda and a Logan Paul, where it's just like when you become full time, it's like, you know. And I mean in ring, all like full time. Like we're seeing Logan Paul work regular matches now, G. So it's like, come on. So it's gonna be interesting. Will I be paying attention? Nah. But I'm definitely gonna be one of them people that's gonna be notating all the narrative changes. And best believe when she beats Willow, I'm gonna be upset.
That's the one that's gonna make me mad. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Very upset. But also that rapid fan base of the Mercedes Banks fan base, because I combine them together because that's one person. When she loses to Ronda, I'm gonna laugh. 0 for 2. she 0 for 2. No rubber. So, hey man, get ready. But Ronda's all elite, y'all. Tyler, your thoughts?
She still sucks, and the narratives are going to be a bunch of Z tier levels of cap. Because if you get on the internet and say that they do anything slightly better, oh, it's a fumble, they didn't know how to use her, yada yada yada. When granted, being pushed to the moon doesn't necessarily mean that they're using her properly, but for somebody that was pushed to the moon as fast and as prominent as she was for her time in the E, and for her to really, when she left, she shit on the business as a whole. She wasn't just talking about WWE. She was talking about all of wrestling at a point in time. So like for y'all to, and I'm not telling you who you can accept and stuff like that, but I mean, I guess I am. For y'all to, if you do come on here and try to spin the narrative like that, you kind of phony. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, and the thing is, that just says all about that company's fan base in itself. It's like, okay, I'm gonna use Powerhouse Hobbs. I didn't give a damn about Powerhouse Hobbs in AEW. Still don't give a damn about Royce Keys in WWE. Shout out to the black man chasing the dream. Simple as that. So it's like, if I was sour on Ronda in WWE, I'm definitely gonna be sour on Ronda in AEW, especially because it's like, oh man, that means Ronda has more creative control.
To do what with it exactly? Like what can she pitch that's different than what she did in the E? Because she was literally given like all them opportunities. I'm not saying that nobody works for nothing, but like you was giving all that stuff based off your namesake. You got that stuff as a pity for getting knocked out in the UFC. Keep it a buck.
Exactly.
You got the Rock cosign about a year or two before. It is what it is, but I'm like, let's don't come on here trying to spin the narrative, guys, because it's not that. You were generous saying that she had a good 2-3 years in the beginning. I ain't giving her that.
I would say the first 2 years was cool. Like the first 2 years was actually pretty solid. it was which return? I think it was like her return, like after
post the triple
post
threat.
Charlotte. Yeah, post the triple threat. That's where things started to be like, ugh, you know.
And
then
it
when
really
she had
started with the triple threat because she was the one that botched the finish.
That too, but even then, like it was a slow trigger after that. But I think when she had that match against Charlotte, was it Charlotte? Where I was like, yeah.
Because if Charlotte can't carry you over,
well, Charlotte picks and chooses who she wants to be carry over. Let's be real. That's Charlotte. Big Charlotte picks and chooses her moments. So,
but even still, I'm pretty sure the company was like, "Come on, it's Ronda, do us a solid."
And even then, like I said, that was the time where it was like, do you really care? So, but anywho, moving on. Back to the WWE. Let's congratulate Road Dogg is gone, y'all. Road Dogg is gone, G. So it was reported.
You didn't know. Yeah, he's out of there.
Yeah, he's calling somebody, trying to get a job. But all right, so Road Dogg had. Well, it was said that he resigned. As you saw, everybody saw in season 2 on Real. And all it did was kind of put more on the front and center how bad he was at his job. Because last year SmackDown was horrible. Like it was really bad for SmackDown. Unless you was Cody Rhodes or the MFTs, you was getting very bad booking. And if you was a woman, y'all blessed. But it is what it is. Things have gotten better with SmackDown, especially this year, three months in, and even towards the end of last year, started really picking up. And it made people wonder, did he get demoted or something? Showed the signs. But either way, the man is no longer with the company. It's unfortunate. Based on what I've read and heard, it was more along the lines of he did get some form of demotion. They took some of his creative powers away, and then they did elevate somebody from NXT to I think to SmackDown to be the lead creative booker over there. And Road Dogg was like, "Yep, my time here is ticking. I'm out of here."
Writing was on the wall.
Yep, the writing was on the wall.
I mean, because basically, once you really can't give nothing too creative that's worth the damn, they not going to keep you around.
Exactly, especially, and once again, I say this often, Triple H is on the internet a little too much for my liking for somebody with so much power and juice, you know? So it's like, I'm pretty sure he saw it. It was like, look, man, yeah, like making the block.
And again, the whole Unreal thing, that really put it on Front Street.
Exactly.
You couldn't even hide it at that point.
At that point, it was like, okay, what's going on here? You know, especially I forgot. Or if your name was Chelsea Green, because Chelsea Green was one of the few who was just like, dang, she constantly could get creative consistently. What the hell going on here? And like I said, that's no shade towards Chelsea Green. She is one of the more prominent acts on that roster, on the entire roster in itself, like both Raw and SmackDown. But it's just like, you know, you supposed to be trying to help build up Julia here. Tiffany Stratton was in a vortex of nothingness. Jade still somewhat in a vortex of nothingness, but luckily Mania is helping accelerate things, and you can't help that Bianca finger just not having surgery. But once again, you could have made calls to be like, hey, we need Bayley over here. We need Lyra over here. Make a move, something. We need
something. They should have shook it up
sooner, you know. But either way,
it was bad last year for the women on SmackDown. They didn't. They were working with nothing, and you know we had their bright spots here and there. You know that's just off the strength of their talent, but
it was still ass because at the end of the day, you had Charlotte and Alexa, Nia in a tag team spear. You're doomed. You was doomed. But either way, Road Dogg's going. If you ain't know, man, too damn bad. But moving on, we're gonna wrap up the show on this. 09 Randy back, G. 09 Randy back. All right, once again.
All this you still
I still want that gas, yes.
Yes.
And you had better deliver.
Look, man, we knew the heel turn was coming. We knew it was going to be amazing. I wasn't expecting to be.
The suddenness of it was what sold it.
Yes, it was a moment. G, this is an example of a moment. You know, because this Cody being like, "Come on, find it, bro. Come on, we're gonna have a nice, fun exhibition. You know, homies, mentor, master, Anakin, Kenobi. You know, it's gonna be cool, bro."
Even though Randy is more Anakin.
Yeah.
If you seen the Revenge of the Sith, you know what's going on.
Exactly.
But this is why I've been saying for the longest, like, I want to have just like a quick conversation in the midst of this real quick.
Yeah, listening.
So like people have been complaining about Cody and like it's time for him to turn heel and stuff like that. Number one, just because you don't like what he has going on creatively doesn't mean that the solution to it is to turn him heel. If that was the logic, they would have done that with John Cena years ago. We would have got a full heel run of Cena about 10, 15 years ago. You just don't do it just because creative. Granted, that situation is a little bit different anyway, but in this case with Cody, it's like, this ain't what you really wanted. What happened on Friday is what you really wanted. That's what you really want, because that's what's gonna sell this entire feud.
Exactly.
And it still plants the seeds of an eventual Cody turn at some point. But right now, no. I don't believe that in this era, because for the sake of conversation, they haven't necessarily built up another face to replace what Cody would be a void that Cody would be leaving as with him turning heel. I don't think that you do that, because then you create a nucleus of really just heels, and you haven't built up a true baby face to face all of them. Yeah, you have your Sammy, who Sammy might turn heel before Cody does. Jacob is pretty much a face at this point.
Jacob at his best needs to be a tweener.
Yeah, he can bounce back and forth between the tweener dynamic. Carmelo's a face, but he's in the mid card right now. You don't necessarily have another main event face on SmackDown right now, so it just wouldn't make sense to even turn Cody heel, because people complain. Randy's been cool, but people been complaining about Randy being face too long. They literally counted the days. They said this man has been face for 1,000 some days. That was
literally
almost as long as Roman's been on the Tribal Chief run.
Exactly. So he's legit been a face since the Matt Riddle tag team, even before then.
Exactly.
So let's think about
about good 6 years. He's been a longest face run.
Yeah, he's been a face since COVID. That's put it in perspective. He's been a face since COVID.
This was needed, not just for the fans, but for him. This helps freshen up his character again. This puts him on another run. So again, the suddenness of him turning heel, the way he did it, that's what we need on this road. Like, yeah, Cody has bled for the last 3 years, but again, Cody is a face that gets it. You gotta get your ass beat sometimes.
You have to. I was telling. I think that we was talking. I think it was me. I forgot who I was talking to about. I think it was you. We need faces who don't mind getting their ass kicked.
Because you're a face, as strong of a face as you are, we know that your story is to bounce back from the ass kicking.
Exactly.
Cody has been great on the chase. Granted, he's the champion right now, but he's hunted by a real hunter.
Exactly. That freshens things up for him. That's why Cena will get his ass kicked. G.
Cena went through a whole year where he said that the loss to The Rock ruined his life. That's a story. Whether you like the story or not, that was a story of a face coming back from a downfall.
Exactly. And even then, you're building up to a story eventually you can tell with Cody in terms of where it's like, where it starts leaning towards like, is he really going to turn heel, or is he going to learn like, dang, I've been chasing my homies away? it's gonna get to that point where it's like, oh, okay, is that revision? But it's just like, look, man, Cody, it gets how to be a baby face. And if some people saying, oh, the fans cheer. The fans cheered Roman. He's a heel. Was a heel.
Yeah, I'm still
right now,
not
I don't know what
convinced.
him and CM Punk is doing as they please.
I think this the situation with them is a possibility for a double turn with them. So
exactly, but even then, I don't think you're gonna. It's best to keep Punk on the face.
It depends on how this is going. Because speaking of Roman, he low key just put a hit on Punk. He put a target on his back tonight.
Oh yeah, no, he did that. That was hilarious. He said, "Hey, all of y'all, all my cousins, y'all come touch folks. But Mania week,
it's mine.
He's mine." So I'm just like, all right, cool. It's getting interesting here. But either way, it's people need to understand. Like Cody understands how to be a babyface. He gets it, and that's him at his best. Yeah, booking wise, it makes it a little annoying. And yes, he does things where it's like.
But it's been like that for the longest though. Like it's gonna be a point where the face is gonna get a little tiresome, I guess. But
it's just
again,
simple as that.
You have to build. I don't believe you get rid of a face without building up another one first.
Exactly, especially a face on par with a Cody. Cody is the baby face of the company. He's the face of the company, literally. Roman is like the guy. Cody is guy number 2, but he's the face of the company.
Yeah.
And that's the type of stuff where just like, yeah, Roman can flip flop. It's like with The Rock. The Rock flip flop, but at the same time, The Rock, when he was a face, wasn't just a goofy. He's gonna kick your ass if need be. Stone Cold, at his core, should have been a heel. Well, he flip flopped at the later end, but at the end of the day,
he was still their biggest face.
He was the face of the company, but he can flip flop. You know, so and you can sit there and say who was the baby face of the Attitude Era in terms of like pure, like you can argue say it was Stone Cold in terms of being the face of the company and all that and the guy. But if you just want to say pure raw baby face, you can arguably say it was Mankind.
Yeah.
If we're going to be honest.
Yeah, because there wasn't a situation that Mankind wasn't in where you didn't feel for him.
You wanted to root for him, you know? You wanted to root for him.
Especially going up against Triple H. Triple H was undoubtedly the heel of the decade.
Exactly. Like, come on, man. That's a whole different story in itself. But that's the point. It's like that's the importance of having a guy like Cody who generally wants to be the good guy. He wants to be the underdog, the guy you root for. Will he have his Super Cena moments? Yes, that's the core of being the baby face. As much as we hated Hogan, and even then, Hogan done some heelish things as a face. Sometimes you gotta do things to get over. Cena did it. That man choked out Umaga with the ring ropes, G. What is being a babyface about that? He picked up a freaking car door and was about to impale JBL, G. What is being a face about that? It's called, look, man, I'm about to win through any means necessary because you put me through some. So it's like, what do you want me to do? That's part of being.
I think we'll truly see that again with Cody this time because now, like, like this is somebody that's not playing around with you.
And the thing is,
there's no secret group coming up behind him. This is him in your. And he told like they've been building up to this. They've been building up to this for at least a year. Randy has came up to him multiple times and said, "I'm coming for that, whether you have it or not."
Exactly. Like
even on Friday, he told him like this could have been easier if it was Drew. Now I gotta do it to you.
He said, "Look, I was gonna do this regardless. Whoever held the belt, it could have been my wife. She was gonna get this work, nigga."
Exactly.
That's what makes it funny. That just adds on to the story because it's like, look, somebody was gonna get their ass kicked. Somebody was going to get impaled. And
because let's say Drew retained last week or the week before, Randy still could have came out and did the same thing, but Drew is a heel. They weren't gonna feel sorry for Drew getting his ass beat.
Exactly. There wasn't going to be no sympathy. There's no sympathy for the storyline now.
It
It's
still
just
would have
like
been fire, but
it would have been raw.
Storyline wise, it wouldn't have. You would have been missing something.
Exactly. Especially because it's like, okay, look, okay, it's too early for Drew to get his comeuppance in this type of situation. It's similar to like Randy with and Bray Wyatt when he was part of the Wyatts for a little bit. Bray was messing with that man mentally in a way that even Randy was like, okay, to the point where Randy burnt the man's house down, G. Come on, G.
Burned him alive at one point.
That too. COVID, see? But it goes back to the point of it all though. That Randy, this is what was going to happen. Unfortunately, and the thing I wouldn't say unfortunately, it makes the ride to Mania all the more better. Because the thing is, if you didn't see Randy's new profile picture on Twitter, it's a shirt that says RKO Cody with him holding the belt. He's gonna make Cody's life a living hell this next month.
Yeah, the mind games he's about to play with Cody for next month and about a month.
Look, man, Triple H, you got to do it. You have to have him kill his family. You got to.
Something along them lines.
Somebody, look, man. God dang it, Goldust, leave AEW, bro. Please, we need him to get punted. We just need Goldust to get punted, G. Please. Come on, man. But we need Brandy to just do like, look, unfortunately, Brandy might get the RKO, but G, I would cry tears if he RKO'd
RKO Brandy. Jelly Roll is probably gonna be the one to get the punt based on how they got him positioned.
No, Jelly Roll about to be hanging out with Powerhouse Hobbs, G, so get ready for that collision.
That's terrible.
Hey, shout out to that black man though. He's getting a prominent role potentially, so I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, as long if you on the card, you on the card.
Exactly. Look, I ain't tripping. But either way, man, we about to get some fire from SmackDown the next couple of weeks. Roman and Punk, look, bro, what they about to give us is gonna be insane. So look, man, Mania season is looking good, bro. It's looking good. Things are starting to come together. We're about, I feel like a month away. Exactly. Let me just double check real quick.
I believe it's on the 4th and the 5th.
19th. The 18th and the 19th. So yeah, we're literally a month. Yeah, we're about a month away. Literally.
Oh wow, we getting a good long build.
Yeah. So literally, we're exactly a month away. This is where things are supposed to be. You're igniting the match on everything, you know. So things is looking good. Shout out to it. I'm excited. We all excited. This is a good time. And Mania tickets are on sale. That don't mean, hey, look, they're scared. They're gonna sell out that damn show. They are. Yeah. We're in a recession, a Great Depression. We're in war. People scared to fly. You know, bugs. You know, but either way, that show's gonna sell out. You know, it is what it is. But with that all said, we're gonna wrap this episode up. We appreciate you guys as always for watching, listening to our podcast. It's very much appreciated. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, engage with the topics that we talked about. What are your thoughts on Bam dropping that 83? Is Tatum really about to make the Celtics go over that? Hey, we about to win 2 in the past 4. What are your thoughts on if you're from Seattle or Vegas and you about to get an NBA team? What are your thoughts? Do your city have an NBA team? And with all the wrestling stuff, give us your stupid wrestling takes, because at this point, I feel like all wrestling fans are idiots, especially you ones that live on the internet. But either way, we appreciate you guys. Y'all be smooth. Y'all be well. Stay healthy out here. Move cautiously. Vote. Please vote wisely. Research.
Absolutely.
Don't vote for just any idiot, but also make sure somebody's going to push the idiot we have in office out. So with that said, y'all be smooth. Y'all be well, man. Salute.
Peace.